But if you sold me that domain name, you could hire 3, maybe 4 salespeople. Hey, Chris Zuiker with Media Options. We help companies to acquire the raw, unfiltered version of the brand name. That means domain acquisitions. Work on some of the best domains on the planet. Check it out. MediaOptions.com. Domains like Bloom.com, Quilt.com, Trunk.com. Check it out. Check it out. Awesome domain names. And have access to even more domain names, thousands of domain names you'll never see on our site. So the thought today is this. It's return on investment. What is the true investment for you? One of the like sayings topics, thoughts that we tell to owners of domain names when we're trying to maybe buy a domain name is, well, hey, listen, if you sell us this, you could have 3 people, okay? Now, this thought, though, is a back door into a company like understanding the return on investment that a domain name has for their brand. Okay, so like, although I'm starting this conversation saying, hey, if we bought it from you, think about this the exact same way when you're having this conversation. Hey, if we sold this to you, right, what would it be worth? So, and the conversation goes like this: if you own this domain name, would you sell it to me? Would you sell it to me for $500 million, $100,000, $50,000, right? So I mean, it's interesting. We get domains, we get offers on domain names, like category-defined domain names, and perfect for the person's brand, and they offer $50,000. I'll give you $50,000. It's like, really? That's all your brand's worth? Now, but if this conversation was flipped, and they own this brand, and you said, well, hey, would you sell it to me for for $50,000? I'd be like, no way. Would you sell it to me for $1 million? No way. 500, like $10 million? No way. And the reason that it's become, it's an asset for them. Okay, it's a bigger risk for them to sell that domain name than it is for them just to keep the domain name, and bigger risk for them to sell to me than just to keep the domain name. Okay, it's this risk, it's this return on investment. So it's one way to go for a company to decide, okay, hey, listen, if we did own this domain name, and let's say we're something reach.com or something LLC or something whatever, and that's the domain we had, but we had this in our portfolio, we had it locked in our vault, or on the flip to this, let's say it's just a category defining domain. It's a category that defines the very industry. What would you sell it for? Okay. There's this thought that, hey, if you're not a buyer, you're a seller. So in this instance, like if you're not going to buy the domain name, okay, would you sell it? And what number would you sell it for? Now, this gets down to really the heart of what that domain name is worth, what the risk is worth to their brand. But see, these same companies are okay. They're okay with leaving that out there. Now, this comes back to something I talk about a lot. Okay, this is a little gem, a little nugget here. And this is the worldview that you approach someone. Okay, this thought is not new to me. I got it from Garrett White, but it's the fact that, and I'm sure you got it from some other people, but the fact that the worldview that you bring, that you approach someone, okay, when you're reaching out to them, they're not thinking about their domain, like they're not thinking about the domain names, especially in domain sales. So one of the things you have to do is you have to break that worldview, to get past that and make them, and help them to see that what they think about domain names is not true. Okay, what they think about risk is not true. What they think about marketing is not true. What they think about branding is not true. What they think about positioning is not true. And one of the ways you can do that is have them consider the possibility, hey, if you own this domain name, what would you sell it for? You wouldn't sell it, would you? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't sell it because now that you own it, it's like, there's no way we're letting this go. There's no way, because we would actually use that for our brand and become intricate. Now, the flip to this, I talked to a founder just this last week. Lots of founders. This happens over and over and over again. And they launched their brand. Actually, I'm going to do this video tomorrow on launching and options and why you need to start your journey into your brand, into your marketing with a position of strength. And that means with the opportunity to own your .com. If you don't do that, then consider the possibility that you're at risk to the ability to scale, because there's a thing we call global positioning, and having multiple brands out there in the marketplace all vying for the same keyword. But back to our discussion today. What would you sell it for? You wouldn't sell it. Okay. Hey, if you found any value in this quick video, share it up. Hit the share button down below. I do appreciate it. And reach out to us. Check out MediaOptions.com. Check out ChrisZuiker.com. Check out my podcast, which is on there, ChrisZuiker.com/podcast. I do a daily download with stories in the domain world, valuing, negotiation, whatever's on my mind for the day. But check it out.